Hello my dudes. Today's video is gonna be basically what it's been like for me to be living out of a suitcase slash what it's really like to travel long term. So in case you don't know me or my entire life story, I'll give you a little recap. I'm from California. I went to New Orleans for school. Moved around in a couple different places there. In the summers I would come back to California and stay at my friend's house. And then I studied abroad in Aix-en-Provence in France, and then I was traveling a lot around Europe. That was last spring semester. And then I spent this summer in New York working at a summer camp. And now I'm back in California, still confused, still don't know where I'm living permanently. When someone asks for my address, I don't know what to say, but I give them my parents' address. But I'm not living here, I'm just here for a minute and then on to the next place. But yeah, it's been very strange. I've like settled down into places, lived there for a few months, and then you have to pack up and move again. And then of course I've been traveling just in general, so lots of Airbnbs, lots of hostels, sleeping on lots of couches. And it's just weird, it hit me today. I was in the shower and I was just like, I literally have been living out of a suitcase. Because I got home and I got to see a bunch of stuff that I haven't seen since like December. So I was looking through clothes that I forgot about and, you know, personal things. Was just kind of tripping out about how weird it is. I don't know, like the idea of home and like possessions and just all of it. So that's kind of just what I'm going to talk about today. My experiences in my recent travels and kind of being all over the place, floating around. Before I get started, of course I want to say traveling is incredible and I'm so grateful for all of these experiences that I've had, and I'm grateful to have the opportunity to travel like I have. Obviously it's cost me a lot of money and I've, you know, done the trade-off to be able to do these things. But I don't want anyone to think that I'm ungrateful. I am very grateful. You know, there's ups and downs to traveling. You have to not glamorize it and try to pretend like it's perfect, because every experience has good and bad. So yeah, I saw this great thing from the Messy Heads.
Hey guys, so I just wanted to read some parts of this little snippet that I really enjoyed. My bedroom in my home is simply wherever I get a good night's sleep. Sometimes, yes, it's in fluffy white sheets, swapping the mint for my cheek. But more often, it's the tight spaces in planes, wedging my knees up to my chin. It's night trains and buses and $10 hostels. My bedroom is simply where I lay my head. The backyard in my heart spans the oceans and mountains and more. It reaches heights and depths I have yet to explore. The home in my heart has no walls. Emma Mercury is such a great writer.
Home is where you rest your head. When you're used to living at home for years, maybe your whole life, and then you leave, home probably still feels like your parents' house. But when I think home, no one place pops into my mind. You know, there's the place that I have my mail sent because I'm not anywhere for a long time and that's my parents' house, but this isn't home to me. And then I think about New Orleans, and that was home once, or that was my house, but was it home? And then France, I lived there, but it wasn't home, and New York, and it's kind of overwhelming because you can get kind of sad, which is what I was a couple of days ago. I was overwhelmed and I felt all of this instability and inconsistency in my life. Or you can really appreciate it and go, wow, every place I go can be home for that night. Home is whenever I'm with you. I don't like that song, to be honest, but it's a good concept. It's strange not having the comforts of home, not having the familiarity. A lot of people are very tied to like their room and their bed and their whole setup, and what I just realized was how much I missed having like my wardrobe. Like the thought of having a closet that has all of my clothing in it blows my mind, because in France I only had what I packed lightly, and that was a mistake because then I needed to buy a bunch of new stuff. And then obviously at camp, again, I underpacked, and it's so frustrating having like one suitcase to choose from, and then you get so tired of everything because you've worn it a million times. Trivial problems, but you know, those are the comforts of home that you're missing. You're missing having all of those options and having your whole closet to choose from, yada yada. And then things like cooking in a kitchen, like cooking at home, making yourself food, you miss that. I miss like regular bathrooms, because obviously hostels, Airbnbs, like it's all over the place. It can be great, it can be terrible, it can be gross, and you just miss like your normal water pressure and your usual soaps. It's weird, the little things that remind you of home. Overall, I can say that traveling long term is exhausting. I think even like a weekend trip can be exhausting sometimes because you put all your energy into trying to enjoy that experience, rightfully so. But especially like my 3-week trip through Europe, I was so tired because you just want to chill out after a while, or at least I do. And you know, you're going to new cities and you want to see different things. You're literally walking all over the place. You're flying, you're riding trains and buses. It's just exhausting. And I feel like people feel like they're not allowed to show that they're tired or that there are any negative points while they're traveling, because I think you're just supposed to post cute Instagrams and say that everything was amazing. But it's like, the reality is sometimes you eat really gross food, or you stay at really bad places, or you're just tired. And that's okay. That's part of it. There's ups and downs. Because then I think back to like little Airbnbs that I spent like 2 or 3 nights in, and just how comfortable and happy I felt to be in a place for even just that short amount of time. But you know, the consistency of just going back to a place a few times feels so nice compared to like being on the road every night. On the road? Yeah, I'm on tour. So now, even though I still don't have a place to settle down and I'm still gonna be floating around for the next few months while I figure my stuff out, I'm just focusing on being grateful and thinking of all of these different places I've been, because it truly has overwhelmingly been an amazingly positive experience. And I'm so lucky. I was showing these postcards to my parents from all the places I've been, and I was like, oh, in Budapest, blah, 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 and then we were in Slovenia. And I was just like, oh my God, I have done so much just this year, just 2017 and before then. But exhaustion, I want new clothes, I want my regular food, but also mostly just huge amounts of gratitude. My camera's about to die, so I've got to stop, but that's just my little snippet about what it's been like to be traveling long term and kind of been all over the place and not settled down in essentially 2 years. And hopefully I will settle down sometime soon, but I doubt it. Knowing me, I will just continue to have this travel bug and be all over the place forever. Please let me know if you guys have any awesome travel stories or anything to tell, any related experiences if you've lived out of a suitcase or, you know, in that kind of situation. Or just let me know your favorite thing about home, your most familiar feelings, smells, tastes. Tell me what your shower pressure is like. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, subscribe to my vlog channel, and stay tuned for more videos. Okay, thanks, bye!